Hello everyone, welcome. I'm Smash Adam. I want to walk you through my MineColonies fortress-style colony build. I recently discovered this mod and I've been having a lot of fun with it over the last few weeks. There are a lot of different styles of buildings that you can build, and I found this fortress style in the most recent update that has all the buildings connecting together, which is really interesting to me. Designed sort of like puzzle pieces. Here we have the bakery or the cook. Here's a citizen's house. This mod sort of turns the game into a sim almost, of city building sim. This is the tavern where you can recruit people to join your colony. Upstairs, there's all these seating areas. In this mod, you get citizens to do the work for you. You still have to acquire all the resources, but you tell the builders where to build the buildings and what to build, and you supply the resources, and then they go and put it all together. It's really cool, and you get to see some really great designs that much more talented Minecraft builders than myself have come up with. I especially like these ones that have basement areas because when you're laying them out, you don't always realize that these are in there, so it's sort of a surprise once it gets completed. Over here we've got the stone mason or stone melter, which will melt cobble into smooth stone and terracotta into glazed terracotta and such. Here's the archery range, which trains archer guards, and the guards will patrol around your colony. Occasionally you will have barbarians attacking. Also, as part of the design of this style of colony, is you just notice the rails connecting all the different buildings together. There's passageways underneath the walls that have rails. And once you research in this university, which is right here, the university, you research new abilities. One of them is the ability for citizens to use rails. They'll use those since they're already placed all over the place to get around more quickly. As you can see, there's a couple of tech trees here to go through. The university was another one of my favorite buildings when I was doing this because, again, it had a basement area that really surprised me when I got to the Tier 4 university. I was wondering what was taking the builder so long to finish up because I couldn't see the work he was doing underground. Up here is sort of like an observatory with a giant telescope. And an area you could create a nether portal with. All you need to do is light it up. So when you start out with this mod, you build a supply camp, which gives you some of the some early resources. This is the theater that's underground, which really surprised me. But you get some resources that are just great for early game. And most importantly, you get the block to create your town hall. The town hall was the very large, tall structure in the center of this colony, which you will see last in this presentation. The town hall is where you can sort of control a lot of different things going on in your colony. You can see all your different residents. This is the warehouse, which is a very important aspect of any colony. You can see tons of resources that are collected in here. I recently learned you can sort the items in your warehouse, which is a great feature. I played for weeks before realizing that. I've added a few mods to help me sort through. This is a Tom's inventory mod, which just connects all of these together and lets me see it in a sort of applied energistic style window. The red and white awning areas are deliveryman stations. They will take the resources from the warehouse and from the various workers in the colony and move all the resources around. So when your builders need stones, they'll go to your miner and get stone, and take things back and forth all over the place. So they're a critical part of your infrastructure. Of course, a lot of things won't be automated. You'll have to provide a lot of resources yourself, a lot of micro-build sort of things. This is another citizen home there. There's two styles in this, two style citizens homes in this option. This is a little annex I built after I'd sort of finished my main area. Still a work in progress. You can see here I'm throwing down the last few finishing touches, but I wanted to include the combat academy, and I'd already sort of closed off my walls. So I threw a combat academy and a house and a little supply outpost. You will occasionally get freebie supply outposts in treasure chests and dungeons or nether fortresses. Here's a sawmill where they'll create different wooden objects. Here's a farmer. You can see various fields. A composter. Down this whole row is a lot of sort of agriculture and farming sort of things. Here's a little more industrial stuff back there. We've got the dyer, florist. Here's again the sort of behind the scenes rails that connects everything. And you can see there's signs everywhere to show you, because of course it all just looks like stone from back here. Signs to show you which shop or building you're looking at. The florist doesn't seem that useful, but as you get into the later tiers of building the colony, you need a lot of dyed things, and the flowers provide the dye for the dyer to use if you want to automate as much as possible. Still not absolutely necessary. That was the glass blower, and then the sifter. This is the crusher. Crusher will turn cobblestone into gravel, into sand, etc. This is just an aesthetic area. Here's the graveyard and mausoleum next to the enchanter. I never really used the enchanter. I built it later, but it's really cool. But I think he is supposed to create enchanted books for you. I never really got it to work right. But being honest, I didn't put that much effort into figuring out how it works. By the time I built it, I had sort of decked myself out already. But I really liked the design of this building, and how it had the extra tower that it was sort of summoning in from the nether. As you go through tiers 1, 2, and 3, you can sort of see it come together. It's really interesting. It sort of tells a story as you're upgrading it. Another aesthetic area here, a fountain in the corner, just to add a corner to your walled fortress, and another one is the playground, which I figured would be appropriate to place next to the school. So your citizens will have children, babies in this mod, and all the citizens have sort of RPG-like stats, and I didn't really get into the details myself there. I sort of let everything get automatically assigned, but I assume the way it works is certain stats make a citizen more applicable to certain jobs, and the school will help your children grow up with better stats. Here we've got the restaurant or cook, which will distribute food to all your citizens, which is obviously a necessity. They get hungry. It's one of the earliest things you're going to need. This is the hospital. Unfortunately, your citizens will get sick. and you can attend to them yourself, but once you get to have a lot of citizens, that is a full-time job. So, of course, you build a hospital, and the doctor here will take care of them, and they will automatically find their way over here most of the time. Sometimes the pathfinding's a little funky, and the doctor will fix them up. It's a neat sort of park area on the roof of the hospital. Another thing with the walls is they have this walkway along the turrets the whole way around, which is pretty neat. This is the smelter. He will take all the ores that the miner gets and smelt them up. He actually gets ore doubling as you level them up. That's the blacksmith, who will create all your tools and armor. Your knights and all your various workers need different tools and armor, and will use them out just like you would, so they constantly need them replaced. Here's another aesthetic area. It's a market. They do sort of gate some of the builds in different tiers as they need particular items. You see some sea lanterns here. There were a couple of diamond blocks, so this was definitely one that you couldn't build until later. This is a tier 5 citizen house. Some controlling knights. Really cool looking build with the different textures. Here's the bathroom. I like they use the coral for the sink. Really lots of little details everywhere, which I thought were really cool to discover as you were building things, or having them built. So there is, I guess, with this style, the fortress style, it is you're on rails a little bit more than with some of the other ones, since everything is intended to fit together. But that could be both a challenge and an easier way to do it. Like I said earlier, I had closed off my whole city, and I had to add in an annex. Here's the map room. This is part of the barracks. You can see this is where most of my guards will sleep. It's a tier 5 barracks, so it has all the bells and whistles. And this is the town hall. Starts off as just a little wooden building with some fences around it, but in the end, this first floor is sort of the town hall proper area. You can see it connects to all of those sections from the inner ring, like the warehouse there. There's a couple builders, the farmer, sheep herder, all the earlier resource gathering things I needed put in the inner circle there. Up here, this is sort of a servants' areas. You can see there's sleeping areas and their eating area here. There's the kitchen, which is pretty cool. All the cabinets and cooktop, storage area. And out here is where the steps from the barracks lead up, which I really thought was cool how they designed it all to connect together like that. Really looks great when it's all finished. And then, of course, upstairs you get into sort of the royal quarters. Real quick, let's just take a nice little view from up high, see what it looks like up here. It's pretty cool. In here, again, it's the royal quarters. This is the dining area. Got sort of a children's sleeping area. And finally, up the steps, you've got the master suite. Got a enchanting area and an alchemy stand and the master bedroom. You can look down on your subjects from up high. You can see a ship out there. I was intending to build a harbor. I haven't gotten to that part yet, but I did set up a ship. So yeah, this is the fortress style build from MineColonies 16.1. Did a flyover here to finish everything up. It took me several weeks to play through. I had a lot of fun doing it. I think I pretty much built everything, all the building types. Well, there were a couple that I missed that I didn't find a need for. But I recommend it. It changes the game a lot. It's like playing city building sim. It's a lot of fun. It's very different. And there are a lot of different styles. This Fortress one is one of probably a dozen or more. So yeah, hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching.